What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in Warframe, and we're about to talk about everything update 14.5. We're also going to include some of the details from the hotfix 14.501 and 02, just because they play into this all the way. Okay, so let us get started. Lots to cover, lots of fun to have, all that good jazz. Remember, comments and questions below anytime. I will try to answer them as best as I can. Like the video, of course, if you like it, and so forth and so on. Okay, additions. So we know about the new tile set. We also know about the new operation that's going on. If you want to know all about the operation, I have a video up on my channel already about it. So go ahead and take a look at that. It'll make it much easier than going through it all again. So new tile set, the Corpus Ice Planet. Again, these are on the event, and new game mode with that tile set, the excavation. So this game mode, like I said before, replaces on-planet survival missions, and so you won't see them. You'll see them still in like voids and the derelicts, but not on the main planets. This is our first pass, so they're interested in thoughts from everybody, so feedback on the mega thread is going to be important. New weapons, Glaxion, which I have, fires a photon beam that halts molecular vibrations, causing instant and painful freezing, which you'll see. And we will follow up on a video on that. The Cronin. The Cronin resurrects a lethal fighting style once lost to the ages. Cronin comes with an entirely new stance, the Gemini Cross. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a future issue video. And then we have the new weapon, the new core, which is the pistol. Creates and focuses high frequency field of microwave, literally cooking the enemy from within. Lots to talk about on that. So new customizations to color pickers. The Lotus color picker and the Eximus color picker are now available. Also the new Sindana, which I have right here. The Hecate Sindana is now out. The Corpus dynamic music is here. Much of the Grenier infested Corpus missions now support their own music. I don't have the music on generally, so I will never hear it. That's fine with me. They added an overhauled look for the Warframe mod cards, which we've talked about in another video, and we will go into detail in a different video. First video was just a preview. I want to save the mod cards thing for a full detail. We'll go over that in a different video, I promise. You can find out everything you need to know on that. There is also... let's see, they've added DirectX 10 support, so if you have any questions, you can go to the developer workshop area of the forums to read about that. They added support for the NAT PMP protocol in an effort to help reduce networking problems. Again, more information is over on the developer workshop for that information. I may actually do a video on that so we could talk a bit more about it. You can understand a little bit more. There is a lot to it, so that may come out. Added significant improvements for loading time, especially on laptop hard drives. Again, see the workshop for more information. That is something else we may talk about. If you're interested, just let me know. And we can talk about it in another video. I'll go through all the details, like always. Added more diagnostics to error messages for invitation and joining problems. Added corrupted categories to kill stats. Added a talk option in the context menu in recent players screen that will open up private conversations and tab chat window. They added a toggle to disable the HUD damage XP numbers in the in-game options. Okay, pretty cool. And hotfix 14.5.2, they have set up. Well, actually, they did it in 14.5. They said that you can now left-click player names in an active chat window to talk with them, and they added new filter categories for each polarity in the modular browser. Okay, Kubrow additions and changes. We will talk about this. We'll go into full detail as well on this in another video. I've got the one building already, so we have to may take a day or so for me to come out with the full detail on this, but they've added new color customization options available through 2 new packs. These packs are brand new colors that can be applied to your current Kubrow patterns. They added a base palette pack that includes 5 colors you can play with for 100,000 credits. So you can get something if you're not using platinum. Kubrows are now in free roam mode on the Lisette, so that probably means they can walk around wherever they want to. Price of the DNA stabilizer is reduced from 100,000 to 75,000 credits. Thank you, because that was kind of expensive. Added a consign to the Lotus button for unwanted Kubrows. So if you're not, the Lotus shall take care of them. They also added additional animations to the Kubrow Cubs and added Kubrow filters for mods. Warframe changes, everybody. Here we go. These are the big ones. These are what we've all been waiting for. Oberon! You know we will be talking about Oberon. Armor. Oberon's base armor has been increased to 150. Smite. Projectiles that are spawned after impact seek to target, not just spawn in any direction. Thank you. Speed up projectiles by 50%. Forced radiation proc on the initial target. Forced knockdown on the initial target instead of a stumble. Awesome. Forced puncture proc on all enemies hit. Yeah! Sorry. Get really excited because I really love Oberon. Everybody should know that by now. Hallowed Ground. Allies within Hallowed Ground cannot be procced. So if you drop Hallowed Ground and somebody's standing in it, one of your buddies, they cannot be procced anymore. Hallowed Ground will remove all existing procs from allies. Yeah! Armor boosted by 5, 10, 15, or 20% per rank for all allies on the Hallowed Ground, with stacking being explored on multiple casts. So I think for now it'll be there, but they may change that around in the future, so we'll see how that goes. But that's awesome. Renewal. Switch to toggle ability with smaller base cost and energy per second active drain. All renewal benefits occur when projectile reaches target ally. Okay, so just a minor change there. The boost health amount is now 200, 250, 300, or 400 per rank. When target is fully healed, it will remove any active proc effects as well, which is awesome. Allies affected by renewal have slowed bleed out, so that will change from 20, 25, 35, or 45% based on the rank of the renewal card. This is affected by duration mods, so be aware of that. That is very cool. And then finally, Reckoning. Forced radiation proc added 2 damage on the targets, and a small radial blind added to slam impact, but only for enemies that survive the damage of the cast. So this radial blind will be applied to enemies that move into range after it's been cast and are blinded by the impact of those being slammed by Reckoning. I think they just made Oberon insanely awesome. We will be playing Oberon. We were playing Oberon right now. We'll be playing Oberon a lot more once again and get really detailed. I will do an update video on it, on build changes, obviously. So let's see what else. Vauban changes. They made Vauban Vortex Scale with power range and duration mods. Nyx. The Absorb has had its passive energy drain significantly reduced from 10 energy per second to 4 energy per second, and now instead has an energy drain based on incoming damage. This drain is 8 energy per 1,000 damage. These drainage values are affected with the use of mods, so you can mod that up and down a little bit. Some more Nova changes here. In effect, in effort to compensate for more useful attribution of XP, when triggering a chain reaction with Molecular Prime, main XP is attributed to whoever started the chain reaction. Before, Nova would take the bulk of the attribution. Now, the weapon and instigator carry through the whole explosion chain. If a player casts Molecular Prime, if player A casts Molecular Prime, and let's say player B blows up the room, player B gets the kills and the XP. Similarly, if player A casts Molecular Prime to crowd control and then use their slowed state to get a nice bow shot, player B get weapon XP. So they're really changing up how Nova works here. They fixed some of the cases where 2 Novas casting Molecular Prime would have unexpected results. Explosion range and strength were also determined by the Nova who cast most recently. I know a lot of people might be pissed off about that because they're not going to get all their kills, but I think they've made a nice change there to Nova to make her not so much of what people say an OP frame. Anyway, Rhino changes. They added HUD counter for the Rhino Stomp to show up how long you have left on your CC and how long to wait until the next restomp. Banshee changes. Banshee sonar and the enemy radar sense mods ignore security cameras and turrets. And Banshee sonar now uses energy color. Saren changes. Saren's melasma can now be cast mid-air. Excuse me. Then we'll go on some changes here. Changes the effects of laser doors when affected by Mirage's abilities to better indicate you are safe to run through. They updated several volley sounds, more updates to Tenno Step, fixed rhythm and steps events for wall running. Updated host election code to work with new squad system. It has been disabled. It had been disabled since update 14, and they added more detail to error message for invitation and join problems. So they're hoping to get more information will help isolate any remaining problems with the invitation system. There are some problems with the invitation system. I have lots of guys I can't get to invite in my own clan. Anyway, also they just changed, they tweaked the excavation level layouts to reduce the marathon fatigue of running between the excavator and the scanner, and players can now only carry 1 power cell at a time to increase the difficulty. So just keep that in mind. They fixed an extraction timer overlapping excavation on the infotext and fixed the issue where the scanner wouldn't drop if the host migration occurred momentarily before. And a number of other fixes have been done in here. I don't want to run through all the fixes, so if you do want to see all the fixes, you want to see what they are, the fixes are over on the nogcommunity.com website. They're also on the forum. You'll find them on the nogcommunity.com everything Warframe section. It'll be updated in the update 14 blog area, and otherwise you'll find it on the Nog community forums as well, which is forum.nogcommunity.com. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Comments below. Like this, please, if you like this. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, so you can stay tuned for all the other stuff that's coming up. Like I said, in here we've got a number of different videos that I will break out extensively here. We'll do some first runs and whatnot, impressions of the weapons and everything. So stay tuned for all that. Hope you like this. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching.